Imagine sitting in a room, completely alone. No phone, no music, no books, no distractions. Just you and the four walls. Is this silence a peaceful sanctuary, or is it a mirror, reflecting a person you're secretly afraid to meet? For many of us, this kind of solitude is terrifying. We fill every spare moment with noise, scrolling, and social interaction, all to avoid being left alone with our own thoughts. But what if I told you that this very fear is what keeps you weak, and that embracing this silence is the key to unlocking true, unbreakable power? This isn't some New Age wellness trend. This is a lesson from one of history's most cunning and misunderstood thinkers, Niccolò Machiavelli. You might know him as the guy who wrote The Prince, often seen as a ruthless guide to power. But there's a deeper, more personal side to his philosophy that most people miss. After a devastating political downfall, Machiavelli was exiled from his beloved Florence and forced into a life of isolation in the countryside. For him, this wasn't a punishment. It was a training ground. Every evening, he would shed his muddy, everyday clothes and put on his finest, courtly robes. He would then enter his study and, in his words, step into the ancient courts of ancient men. He would spend hours in silent dialogue with the great minds of history, reading their works, questioning their ideas, and forging his own. He called this practice chosen solitude. It wasn't about being lonely. It was about intentionally disconnecting from the noise of the world to connect with something deeper, his own intellect and judgment. This is the core of his secret power. In that silent room, Machiavelli wasn't just reading. He was building a fortress inside his mind. He was learning to think for himself, free from the pressure of public opinion, the latest gossip, or the desperate need for approval. He understood a fundamental truth. If you can't stand to be alone with yourself, you will always be at the mercy of others. Your opinions, your decisions, and even your emotions will be dictated by the crowd. You'll agree with things you don't believe. Who's to feed in? You'll chase goals that aren't yours, just to earn applause. You become a puppet, and the strings are pulled by anyone who can offer you a momentary escape from your own inner emptiness. The ability to withstand isolation is the root of independent judgment. When you can sit comfortably in silence, you start to hear your own voice. You begin to untangle what you truly believe from what you've been told to believe. You can analyze problems without the emotional static of a panicked group. This is where real strength is born. It's not about being loud or dominating others. It's the quiet confidence of knowing your own mind. A person who has mastered chosen solitude doesn't need external validation. Their sense of self-worth comes from within, not from likes, comments, or the approval of their peers. Think about it in your own life. How many times have you checked your phone today? Not because you needed to, but because you felt a flicker of boredom or anxiety. That impulse is a small sign that the silence is getting too loud. We're conditioned to see this as normal, but Machiavelli would see it as a vulnerability. Every time you reach for that distraction, you're telling yourself that your own company isn't enough. You're training your brain to depend on outside stimulation. So, how do we start building this inner fortress? It begins with small, intentional acts of solitude. Start with just 5 minutes. Put your phone in another room, turn off the TV, and just sit. Don't try to meditate or achieve enlightenment. Just be present. It will feel uncomfortable at first. Your mind will race, begging for a distraction. This is the withdrawal. Let it happen. Acknowledge the urge, and then gently let it pass. It's like training a muscle. The more you do it, the stronger your tolerance for silence becomes. As you practice this, you'll start to notice a shift. The initial anxiety will be replaced by clarity. Ideas will surface. You'll solve problems that have been nagging you for weeks. You'll reconnect with your own ambitions and desires, the ones that got buried under the noise of daily life. You are, in essence, putting on your own courtly robes and entering the study of your mind. You're having a conversation with the most important person you'll ever know, yourself. This leads us to the final, powerful revelation. When you no longer fear being alone, you become untouchable. The manipulations of the crowd, the pressure to conform, the fear of being left out, they all lose their power over you. You can walk into any room, engage with any group, and navigate any social situation with a calm, centered strength. Because you know that your ultimate sanctuary is within you. You don't need their approval to feel whole. You are your own home base. This is the true legacy of Machiavelli's chosen solitude. It's not about being an antisocial hermit. It is about building a core of self-reliance so strong that you can engage with the world on your own terms. It has the quiet power to stand firm in your convictions when everyone else is swaying in the wind. It is the unbreakable strength of a silent mind. So, the next time you find yourself with a quiet moment, don't rush to fill it. See it as an opportunity, a chance to step into your own inner court and forge the kind of independent mind that no one can control. Thanks for watching. If this idea resonated with you, hit that like button and subscribe for more insights on building a stronger mind. See you in the next one.